Alright, today we're going to make garlic spread that can be found at Middle Eastern restaurants throughout the Detroit area. I'm sure they exist elsewhere in the country, but specifically we have a large Middle Eastern population in Detroit, and so we have restaurants like Lashish and Palm Palace and La Marche. And so there's this garlic spread that they make that is excellent. And so what's in it is essentially an oil. We're going to try this with light flavored olive oil. We've tried it with olive oil. The olive oil left it with too much of a olive oil taste. We did this with grapeseed oil. The grapeseed oil worked great, but it was kind of a green color. And most of the places where we buy this, it's typically a white color. And so we're going to try this with the light flavored olive oil, which we were able to get at Kroger. And they have a couple of different brands that sell light flavored, but we also have lemons. We're going to use about 4 to 5 cups of oil. We're going to use about 2 freshly squeezed lemons and about 3 cloves of garlic. All right. So now we have juiced our lemons. We have peeled
our bulbs
of garlic. So this is a 2 cup Pyrex dish, and it looks like we're at about
cup and a
half.
Yeah.
So about a cup and a half of cloves of garlic loosely packed in here. And we also have a teaspoon of salt that we're going to use. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this. This is a food processor that has 2 speeds. So it has the normal fast speed, but it also has a slower speed. We're going to be using the slower speed. The one we developed this recipe on had many speeds, and we, on a scale of 1 to 10, if the food processor had 10 speeds, we'd use a 4 or 5. So we bought this on Amazon for relatively inexpensive, and it has a cool feature in that it gives you the ability to clean the edges of the bowl while you do this. So, and the reason that's good is because once you start, you don't want to stop. Once you start the process of emulsifying this garlic spread, you don't want to stop that. You want it to keep going. So now the way we're going to do this is we're going to add a half cup of oil and then a teaspoon of lemon juice throughout the process. Mm-hmm. Your goal is to get between 4 and 5 cups of oil in the mix, and you'll know when you get there. It'll look like it couldn't possibly take any more oil, and it will have a thick mayonnaise consistency, even maybe a little thicker than mayonnaise. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take the cloves of garlic and the salt, and we're going to bring it in here, and we're just going to get it to the consistency of a nice paste, chopped finer than like minced garlic. And we're just going to pulse this. Go ahead and add the salt. So what we have is a finely chopped paste of garlic. And so what we're going to do now is, so if you want to command that, and what I've done is I've taken one of these squirt bottles, and this holds about 1.5 cups of oil. And so what we'll do is we'll put 1/3 of this in slowly. The reason I'm using one of these squirt bottles and not just a Pyrex pouring cup is
But you
because
can use a Pyrex.
we typically use this, and the idea is that you want to pour it in very, very, very slowly, a fine drizzle the entire time. You never want to pour too much in all at once. And the idea here is that you want this to slowly emulsify together. So, we decided we're going to try this out. A squirt bottle, just to put it in. It'll allow us to get it in more accurately. We want to get the oil and the lemon juice to hit the blades of the food processor, so that we're actually getting the
Oil
everywhere and the lemon juice mixed in immediately, and that it's not just floating and sitting elsewhere inside of this. So we're going to set this on setting 1, and then we're just going to alternate a teaspoon of lemon juice and 1/2 cup of oil at a time. All right. But I wanted to give you an idea of what this is going to look like. So, thank you. So it's a thick mayonnaise, I would say. You know, it's almost like a jello. So this is about the thickness you're looking for. You can see that it's very thick. It's thicker than, I would say, mayonnaise, and it has a bit of an oily sheen to it. It's got a shine to it, and you can see that it's very light colored, a little bit of a yellow color to it. So, see if it tastes right. This is the first time we were trying it with the light olive oil, so we'll see what the taste is. And it's a little warm right now, and typically it's nice to have it a little bit cool, or at least room temperature.
Good.
Yeah?
got a little bit of kick to it, but it's good.